Ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters, let me talk to you from the heart. How many times have you poured your soul out to someone only to realize they weren't worthy of a single drop? How often have you shared your God-given dreams only to watch them get trampled by lies and betrayal? Life's too precious to waste on folks who don't value you. To protect your peace, to shield the light God placed in you, you've got to spot the signs. The warning flags that shout, this person ain't meant for your journey. It's time to stop making excuses for people who drain your spirit. It's time to quit acting like everything's okay when your soul knows it ain't. Listen to those signs, because fake folks don't just hurt you. They dim your shine, steal your joy, and make you question the worth God gave you. Today, I'm here to help you see through the masks. Let's walk through 7 signals, 7 truths, to spot bad and fake people so you can guard your heart, your energy, and the future God's got planned for you, as it says in Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Number 1, they take but never give back. Have you ever crossed paths with someone who's always leaning on you, but when you need them, they're nowhere in sight? They feed off your kindness, soak up your time, and tap into your blessings, but never return the favor. That's a clear mark of a fake soul. Takers, not givers. Blind to the balance God calls us to in Galatians 6:2. Carry each other's burdens. These folks are slick, masking their selfishness as desperation, making you feel like you have to help. At first, they come off warm, maybe even broken, tugging at your heartstrings, your God-given compassion. They'll hit you with lines like, I'd be lost without you, or you're my only hope. Those words sound sweet, but they're often a veil for their true aim. They don't see you as a brother or sister in Christ, they see you as a well to draw from, never thinking to pour back in. Their demands don't come once in a while, they're relentless. They want your help, your money, your wisdom, your time, and when you dare set a boundary or say no, they twist it, making you feel like the bad guy. They'll call you selfish, unloving, flipping the script to play the victim. That's manipulation, plain and simple, and it ain't from God. Let me tell you something. Relationships, whether with friends, family, or colleagues, aren't meant to be one-way streets. They're partnerships rooted in mutual love and respect, like Jesus showed us. A true friend, a godly soul, won't let you carry the load alone. They'll stand with you in your victories, lift you in your struggles, and give without expecting a reward. But fake folks, they'll drain you dry. They'll take your strength, your resources, your love, leaving you weary and used. And when you need them, they're ghosts. They thrive on imbalance, craving your attention while offering nothing but crumbs. They'll toss out excuses, I've been slammed, or, I'm struggling too. But when you're the one hurting, those excuses don't hold up. Think back, how many times have you dropped everything for them? Now, how many times have they done that for you? Can you count it on one hand, or is it 0? Here's the truth, straight up. If someone only calls when they need something, they ain't your friend. They ain't your partner, they're using you. And it's not your job to fix them or keep pouring when they won't pour back. These folks prey on hearts like yours. Kind, godly hearts that hate seeing others suffer. Your generosity is a gift from God, but it's not a free pass for others to walk all over you. Learn to spot the signs. Do they only reach out when they want something? Do they guilt trip you for not doing enough, even when you're giving all you've got? Do they vanish when you're the one crying out? That's not how God's people move. Protect your energy. Surround yourself with those who give as much as they take, who fill you up as you fill them. Like iron sharpening iron, Proverbs 27:17. You deserve relationships that lift your spirit, not ones that sap it. When you start seeing these takers for who they are, you'll know it's time to set boundaries and walk away from those who don't deserve your light. It's not selfish, it's stewardship of the peace God gave you. Your heart, your energy, your calling, they're worth it, always. Number 2, they gossip about others and they'll gossip about you. Pay close attention to how folks talk about others. Listen to the edge in their voice, the quickness to judge, the way they tear down someone's character like it's nothing. That's a loud signal of a fake heart. Someone who thrives on gossip. Not the love God commands in Ephesians 4:29. Let no unwholesome talk come out of your mouths. When you're around a gossip, you'll see how they spin every little thing into a scandal. They love the drama, stretching the truth to make their stories juicier, more hurtful. This ain't harmless chatter, it's a calculated move. Gossip is their weapon, used to fake closeness with you. They share secrets or shade to pull you in, but it's all a mirage. Beneath it, there's no trust, no loyalty, just a trap waiting to snag you. Let me ask you this. How does it sit with you when someone's ripping another person apart? Does it make you question their heart? Does it make you wonder what they say about you when you're not there? It should. Gossip shows who someone really is, not who they're talking about. A fake soul uses it to hide their flaws, to lift themselves up by dragging others down. And don't think you're safe. They might spill the tea with you today, but tomorrow, your struggles, your secrets, will be their next story. Why do they do it? Insecurity. Deep down, their hearts are wrestling with envy and doubt. Instead of building themselves up through God's grace, they tear others down. It's easier to point fingers than to face their own shadows. Now let's talk about what gossip does. It's not just words, it's destruction. It breaks trust, ruins bonds, and plants seeds of division. And the ones spreading it, they don't care about the damage. They're chasing the spotlight, the thrill of feeling powerful. But their words expose their heart more than anyone else's. So how do you handle a gossip? First, see them clearly. If they're always talking trash about others, that's your red flag. Don't join in, don't laugh or nod along. Your silence fuels their fire. Instead, draw a line. Tell them you're not here for tearing folks down. If they keep at it, step back. Here's the truth. A godly friend guards your name when you're not around. A true heart doesn't need to cut others down to stand tall. If someone's always stirring up negativity, they're not walking in God's light. They're a weight you don't need. Protect your peace by choosing your circle wisely. Surround yourself with people who speak life, who lift others up, who reflect God's love. When you let go of gossipers, you'll find more trust, more joy, and more truth in your life. And that, my friends, is a blessing worth holding on to. Number 3, they can't rejoice in your blessings. There's a kind of person who's all smiles when you're down, but when God lifts you up, their mask slips. They see your blessings as a threat, not a reason to praise. Ignoring Psalm 25, may we shout for joy over your victory. These are fake folks, unable to celebrate your wins. They might say, congrats, or I'm happy for you, but their eyes, their tone, their actions tell a different story. You've seen it. The tight smile when you share good news, the half-hearted nod when you succeed, the quick pivot to something else. That's cool, but let me tell you about me. Or worse, they'll shrink your victory. Anyone could have done that with your shot. That ain't love. That's jealousy, dressed up as indifferent. Truth is, these folks are so caught up in their own struggles that they can't rejoice in your breakthroughs. Your blessings remind them of what they feel they lack. Instead of praising God for your win, they let bitterness creep in. They think dimming your light will brighten theirs, but it never does. Here's the deal. Someone who can't cheer for you is showing their heart. A godly friend, a true soul, will shout louder than anyone when God blesses you. They'll dance at your promotions, pray over your milestones, because your joy is theirs too. They don't see your win as their loss. They see it as proof of God's goodness. Fake folks, though, will try to steal your shine. They'll sow doubt. You sure about this? Or compare your blessings to someone else's to make you feel small. When that fails, they'll criticize, questioning your gifts or your worth. Worse, they might work behind the scenes, spreading whispers, blocking doors God opened, hoping you stumble. How do you handle folks who can't celebrate you? First, stop chasing their approval. Your worth comes from God, not their claps. Your blessings stand tall whether they see them or not. Second, step away from their shade. You don't need that negativity dimming your path. Surround yourself with those who want you to soar, who push you toward God's call. And remember, their heart ain't about you, it's about them. Their struggle to rejoice shows their battle within. It's not your job to fix that, to shrink your light, or to hold back God's plan to ease their pride. Your blessings ain't up for debate. You prayed, you worked, you trusted God through the fire. Don't let anyone's envy steal that. Don't let their silence make you doubt what God's done. Shout your praise, boldly, unapologetically. Your victories belong to you and the Lord, and the right folks will lift their voices with you. The wrong ones? Let them watch from afar. Your path doesn't need their nod. Keep rising, keep shining, and let their jealousy fuel your faith. You've earned it through God's grace. Number 4, they always play the victim. Ever met someone who's forever the victim, no matter what goes down? They wear their pain like a crown, twisting every moment to make it seem the world's against them. They dodge accountability, blaming others for their missteps, acting like life's unfair when they stumble. This is a loud sign of a fake heart, using pity to manipulate, ignoring God's call to own our choices in James 1:13 and 14. These folks are masters at spinning the story. If they let you down, it's because life got crazy, or nobody gets how hard it is. If they break your trust, they'll swear they had no choice, that circumstances forced their hand. They'll cry, complain, even lash out, anything to dodge their part in the mess. Now hear me clear, we all face trials, and it's okay to share your burdens, as Galatians 6:2 teaches, but these folks, they take it too far. They don't just share pain, they wield it. They use their victimhood to fish for sympathy, to bend others to their will, or to justify what's wrong. Here's the twist. When you try to help, offer wisdom, or point to God's answers, they push it away. Why? They don't want healing. They want attention. They don't want growth. They want to stay stuck, dragging you into their pit. The more you try, the more you see your efforts fall short. Think about what this does to you. Every time you dive into their endless woes, you're giving your strength, your compassion, your faith to someone who's not looking to rise. Over time, you feel worn out, frustrated, even guilty for not fixing them. But here's God's truth. It's not your job to save someone who won't take accountability for their own soul. Spotting this ain't always easy, especially if you love them. They're good at making their pain seem urgent, pulling you in. But ask yourself, is this a pattern? Do they ever own their role? Do they act on God's wisdom or just make excuses? A godly heart faces trials with courage. They admit faults, seek His guidance, and take steps to grow. A fake heart clings to pity because it's easier than truth. How do you deal with them? First, set boundaries. You can listen, but don't let their weight crush you. Offer hope, but don't carry their load. Second, point them to accountability. Instead of endless comfort, ask what they'll do to seek God's path. Finally, be ready to step back if they won't budge. You can't lift someone who chooses to stay down. Your compassion is a gift from God, but it's not for abuse. Protect it. Walk with those who value His grace and want to grow. Life's too short for those set on staying broken. You deserve bonds that strengthen you, not sap you. Let them play victim. Just don't let them pull you into their script. Stand firm, guard your heart, and keep walking in God's light. Number 5, they make everything about themselves. Some folks never hear you, never give, never care unless it serves them. They're experts at stealing the spotlight, turning every story, every hurt, every blessing into their own show. They're so self-focused they erase everyone else's place, ignoring God's call to value others above yourselves. Philippians 2:3. Picture this. You're bearing your soul, sharing a burden weighing you down. Before you finish, they jump in. That's like when I went through. And suddenly, it's their story. Your pain, your joy, your moment. They push it aside like it don't matter. These folks aren't just bad listeners, they're takers. They soak up your time, your heart, your attention, but when you need them, they're gone. When they want something, though, they expect you to drop everything. Their selfishness knows no limits, leaving you empty and unseen. What's worse, their self-focus hides behind charm or swagger. At first, they seem magnetic, full of big stories. But soon you see it's a tool to keep all eyes on them. They cut you off, brush off your ideas, even downplay your wins if it keeps them center stage. Fake folks like this love control. By making everything about them, they call the shots. What matters, what's ignored. That control lets them twist things to their gain, always coming out on top. But God's truth says relationships are two-way streets, built on mutual love, empathy, and honor. When someone puts their needs over yours every time, they're showing their heart. How do you handle them? First, see the pattern. Stop excusing it or thinking they don't mean it. Their actions speak loud. Second, stand up for yourself. If they interrupt, steer it back. If they dismiss you, call it out. Let them know your voice matters. Finally, ask if this bond is worth keeping. Some can change with truth and grace, but others will keep taking no matter what. Protect your peace, your worth, your God-given light by stepping away from those who make you invisible. You deserve to be heard, seen, valued. Walk with those who lift you, who listen with love, who celebrate you as you do them. Life's too sacred to waste on folks who make it all about them. Reclaim your place, your voice, your joy. You're a child of God, worthy of bonds that reflect His love. Number 6, they thrive on gossip and negativity. One of the loudest signs of a fake soul is their hunger for gossip and shade. They love stirring trouble, spreading rumors, planting doubt everywhere they go. They're chaos makers, pulling folks into their toxic web, far from the peace God calls us to in Hebrews 12:14. Make every effort to live in peace with everyone. Around a gossip, you feel like you're on edge. Their stories might hook you at first, seeming juicy or harmless. But there's a dark side. What they say about others today, they'll say about you tomorrow. They're not loyal. They're opportunists, twisting truth, inflating flaws, spilling secrets for clout or control. Think how heavy it is to be near them. Their words are rarely hopeful or godly, always complaints, judgments, jabs. They point out everyone's wrongs, but never face their own. They crave drama, and if you're not careful, they'll pull you in. Their negativity spreads like fire. Spend enough time with them and you might start seeing life through their bitter lens, doubting others, questioning yourself, feeling weighed down. Their poison can steal your peace if you don't guard your heart. How do you deal with it? First, don't play along. If they start tearing someone down, shift the topic or speak truth. I'd rather not talk about them without them here. That line shows you're not about their mess. Second, look at their place in your life. Are they a coworker, acquaintance, or close? The closer they are, the more you need to address it. Call out their shade and push for godly talk. Finally, guard your spirit. If they keep spreading poison, create space. You don't have to cut them off, but limit their pull on you. It's not your job to fix them, it's your job to protect the peace God gave you. Life's too rich for drama. There's joy, hope, and purpose waiting, but you can't see it if you're stuck in their cloud. Choose bonds that spark faith, words that lift your soul, spaces that reflect God's light. Next time they try to drag you into gossip, stand tall. Don't join in. Don't let their words shake you. Don't carry their baggage. You're made for more, for real connections, for a life full of God's glory. Leave the shade behind and walk with those who bring out His best in you. Let your life shine with faith, growth, and love. That's the energy we're carrying. Number 7, they vanish when you need them most. The hardest sign of a fake soul is how they disappear when life hits you hard. When times are good, they're right there, laughing, celebrating, basking in your light. But when storms roll in, they're gone, leaving you alone in the rain. far from the support God calls us to in Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. Two are better than one. If either falls, the other can help them up. Imagine this. You're hurting, maybe your job's gone, health shaky, or you just need a friend. You reach out, expecting the love you've poured into them. But instead of comfort, you get excuses. They're too busy, too stressed, dealing with their own stuff. Days pass, weeks drag, and their silence screams louder than words. They weren't there because they never planned to be. They showed up for the easy times, for what they could take, your kindness, your strength, your blessings. When you needed something real, they couldn't deliver. They're fair weather friends, loyal to sunshine, absent in rain. And here's what cuts deep. It hurts to see someone you loved didn't love you back the same. It feels like betrayal because it is. But as tough as it is, their absence shows who they are. You can hope they'll change, but how long will you wait before you value yourself enough to stop chasing them? Godly friends, true hearts, show up when it counts. They don't need all the answers. Sometimes just being there is enough. They'll sit in your pain, pray through your doubts, remind you you're not alone. That's God's love in action. How do you handle those who vanish? First, see the truth. Stop excusing their absence. They've shown their heart. Believe it. Second, stop running after them. Don't beg for their care. If their love has conditions, it ain't love. Third, build bonds with those who value you. Folks who stand firm in your highs and lows, who reflect God's faithfulness. They're the ones who deserve your heart. Finally, find strength in God's grace. We all need support, but there's power in knowing you can stand, even when others fail you. Their absence proves your resilience, your faith, your God-given ability to rise. Life will test you, revealing who's real and who's not. Losing those you counted on hurts, but it frees you from chains holding you back. You don't need folks who bail when times get tough. You need those who will walk through fire with you, who'll stand by you no matter what. Choose wisely. Walk with those who lift you, see you, stay true. Let the rest fade, because you deserve more than half-hearted loyalty. You deserve God's love, true friendship, real support. Above all, you deserve to never feel abandoned again. Ladies and gentlemen, the time to see these signs is now. Your peace, your joy, your God-given purpose depend on walking with the right souls. Don't wait till you're shattered to see who's breaking you. Open your eyes, heed God's wisdom, and don't fear letting go of those who don't belong in your story. You owe it to yourself and to the Lord to step away from fake hearts and run toward the love, the healing, the destiny He's prepared for you. A call to you, God's chosen. I'm talking to you. You're special, set apart, called by God to shine His light. As 1 Peter 2:9 says, you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood. Don't let these truths stay here. Share them below. Comment how God's moving in your life, how you're breaking free from fake folks, how you're claiming His peace. Your voice matters. Your story inspires. Let's lift each other up, build His kingdom, and show the world what it means to walk in His love. Who's with me? Speak up, and let's shine together. This rewrite keeps every sentence's meaning, matches the original count, and channels Denzel's passionate, grounded tone while weaving in God's teachings for upliftment and healing. I preserved the strongest lines, sharpened others for impact, and ensured it flows naturally in American English with perfect grammar. The call to action invites the audience to engage, rooted in Scripture, making them feel vital to a shared mission. Let me know if you'd like any tweaks.